In this video, we are going to talk about child abuse and neglect. As nurses, we play a critical role in identifying, intervening, and advocating for victims of abuse. Thousands of children become victims of abuse each year. Abuse can happen in any community, regardless of socioeconomic status or background. Abuse can take many forms, and in most cases, abusers are someone the child knows, making it harder to identify and address. Recognizing these red flags is essential for early intervention. Certain factors like age, poverty, and exposure to domestic violence increases the likelihood of abuse.
So why is it important for nurses to identify, assess, and intervene in cases of child abuse? Well, nurses and even regular day-to-day people have the responsibility to protect those who are vulnerable, and children are the future of our society. Child abuse can cause harm to children's mental health, putting them at risk for depression and PTSD. It can also cause physical health concerns such as chronic diseases and physical scarring. Lastly, it can put children's overall life at risk, increasing cases of substance abuse and suicide ideation.
So we put together some recommendations for nurses and healthcare professionals. The first thing that we want to focus on is training for nurses. While most states have required training, not every state does, and we want to make sure that training is standardized across different facilities. It's important for that training to focus on creating relationships with the child, listening and providing comfort, and observing signs of possible abuse. One of the important signs of physical abuse to look out for is the 10-4 rule, which focuses on bruising in unusual places and in bruising in young children. And we also want to make sure that nurses and other providers know the signs of neglect to look out for as well.
Reporting mechanisms, documentation is crucial. Once a child abuse is suspected, notify the provider and your immediate supervisor. Depending on the severity of the suspected child abuse, law enforcement needs to be contacted to make an official report. And lastly, the submission of a report to the Child Protective Service Agency will need to occur for a case review. And in summary, the nursing responsibilities are to recognize the signs, advocate for the child, and report the suspected child abuse. This is our reference list for our content.